Rabbi Friedman, thank God it's Tuesday. So happy to see you. Can't hear you, I'm sorry.
It was Tuesday just 2 days ago. Seems.
How was it Tuesday 2 days ago? Oh, you mean just last week? Yeah. Time flies when we're having fun, for sure. Rabbi Friedman, so we're so close to this day that everybody loves, everybody's favorite national holiday of the United States, Thanksgiving. It's a happy holiday, it's a kind holiday, and it's a holiday where everybody has something to be grateful for, and they try to think of as many things that we're grateful for and mention them. So I guess this is what I would like to speak about today, a little bit more in depth of what is gratitude and why is it so important to have it?
Well, it's also one of the most kosher American holidays. I don't mean the turkey, but it's a lot nicer, more kosher than Halloween or religious holidays. It's a very principled, universal, and moral celebration. A celebration of gratitude. It's beautiful. Okay, so what exactly is gratitude? Where does it come from? So to get right to the point, if you're under the impression that you have more than you need, like with money, if you have more than you need, it produces the feeling of wealth. I feel rich. If I have only as much as I need, I'm okay, but I'm not rich. So if I'm under the impression, if I see my life as having more than I need, then I feel rich. I feel wealthy, affluent. If I perceive my life as having more than I deserve, then I am grateful. So if I have more than I deserve, it produces gratitude. If I have more than I need, it produces wealth. If I have less than I need, it produces depression. So let's examine that a little bit, because it's really fascinating. If I feel like I have more than I deserve, then I am grateful. Which makes sense. I mean, if I get what I deserve, why would I be grateful? That's justice. I worked for an hour and you paid me for an hour. I'm not grateful. Because you can see from what would happen if you don't pay me. If you don't pay me for the hour, would I be ungrateful? Or would I be outraged? So if I get paid an hour for an hour's work, that's justice. That's the way things ought to be. But if you pay me for 2 hours when I worked for 1 hour, then I have a reason to be grateful, because I got more than I deserve. What does it mean, more than I deserve? A person who feels like he deserves everything will never be grateful. Which means that if you feel like you deserve everything, you're never going to be content. And there'll be no occasion for gratitude. Because whatever you have, you've earned it. You deserve it. So what is there to be grateful for? So there is the theory that is presented by a talk show host, not from Russia. And the theory goes like this. To be happy, you have to be grateful. To be grateful, you have to lower your expectations. Because if you expect all good things, you expect to succeed at whatever you try, then when you do succeed, you're not surprised, you're not blessed, and so you don't feel grateful. But if you don't expect the good thing to happen, then when it happens, you will be grateful. And when you're grateful, you're happy. So the key to happiness is this. Lower your expectations. Like you go interview for a job, don't expect to get the job. If you get married, don't expect to be happy. Don't expect anything to work for you. Then when it does, you will be grateful, and then you will be happy. However, if you lower your expectations and you can't expect anything good to happen, isn't that depressing? Won't that ruin your happiness? So to balance it, this is the advice he gives. Lower your expectations and don't expect anything good to happen. But know for sure that you deserve everything good. So if you're convinced that you deserve everything good, then you'll have a good self-image, but you will not expect good things to happen, so that when they do happen, you will be grateful. And when you're grateful, you're happy. So this is what he is suggesting. Believe that you deserve everything, but don't expect anything to happen. The perfect combination to lead to happiness. There's another way of looking at it. The exact opposite. Be absolutely convinced that you don't deserve anything. Not because you're bad and you're being punished. You don't deserve anything because you didn't do anything to deserve. You were born for free. You didn't deserve to be born. You don't deserve to have a life. You don't deserve to grow up healthy. I mean, what could you do to deserve it? So life is given for free, not deserved. It's not earned. So beyond that, you're already in debt to God. You've already gotten everything you have for free. And on top of that, you deserve more? Of course not. And again, not because you're bad or different. Nobody deserves anything. The whole notion of deserving is an artificial, made-up thought. On the other hand, you got life for free. You grew up healthy for free. You were successful in whatever it is that you did for free. Well, then you can expect it to continue. So, absolutely raise your expectations. Expect everything good to happen. But if it doesn't, it's not like you deserved it. So there's no injustice if it doesn't happen. God is very generous. So you expect him to be more generous. If he's not, no surprise. That's how you have true gratitude and thanksgiving. You feel thankful when you know you're getting it for free. The notion, I deserve, everybody deserves, which has become like a mantra in America. Every commercial, every product that they sell It's on the grounds that you should have one of these, you should buy one of these, you should get one, because you deserve. It's a terrible message. And look what it does to children. They grow up on this. They hear it constantly. Every child deserves that. No, nobody deserves. But if you convince children that they deserve everything they wish, everything they want, but then, reality kicks in and you can't have everything you wish. So look at what it sounds like to the average kid. I deserve to have that new phone, but somebody's not letting me have it. So I'm not getting what I deserve. I'm being denied what I deserve. Well, then life stinks. What kind of life is this? It's an outrage. How is it possible that I don't get what I deserve? I've earned it. It's already mine. And you're not letting me have it? So the real secret to gratitude is the awareness we didn't do anything to deserve life or any of the blessings in life. However, and this is really important, when you look at another person, you should always assume and believe that they deserve better. Because they really try hard and they really put in the effort and they did so much good, they deserve better. So I know it sounds like a double standard. For myself, everything I have came for free. I can't demand anything on the grounds of justice. The world doesn't owe me a living. Or God doesn't owe me. I'm already indebted to him. But other people, when I see other people suffering, when I see somebody else in need, I'm supposed to argue that they deserve. Like Avraham did with the people of Sodom. You're going to destroy the city, but if there are 50 righteous people, don't they deserve to be saved? That is the healthiest psychological thinking and attitude. Just plain healthy. It's not a matter of religion. It's not a matter of virtue. It's just a healthy way to think. Because otherwise we rob ourselves of all gratitude. There's never anything to be grateful for, because whatever I have, I deserve. And in fact, I deserve more than I have, and I don't understand why it's being withheld. So life stinks.
Rabbi Friedman, what would you tell people this year who have a little bit of a hard time being grateful because for various reasons they lost loved ones, they lost livelihood, they lost, a lot of grief. This year, they lost their stability, their different things, and they're having hard time being grateful this year. What advice would you give those people?
Just to make the problem larger, the biggest loss of this year, what we all lost, is certainty. We were so sure about everything, and all of a sudden, we're not sure about anything. That's devastating. But it shouldn't come as a surprise. We're human. We can't be sure. Only God can be sure. Anyway, so here's something that we need to consider. Anytime we're upset, we're disturbed by something, consider its alternative. Or in different words, why does this upset you? It seems like a ridiculous question, but it's an important one. People lose family members, God forbid, friends, teachers, and they're upset. What are you upset about? Why is this disturbing? Somebody died. Okay, so why is that disturbing?
It hurts.
Why does it hurt?
Losing people hurts.
That's true. And it's so common and so universal, we don't even stop to ask. Why? Why is that upsetting? Why is death upsetting? Why do you object to death? Why? Fear of the unknown. So in order to understand why we're objecting, we have to look at the alternative. If you're objecting to death, it's because you are enamored with life. To the degree that you are enamored with life, to that degree, loss of life will upset you. So if instead of calling it death, call it loss of life, now it makes sense. Now I know why it's upsetting. I love my car. If I lose my car, I'm going to get upset. To the degree that I love my car, to that degree, I'm going to get upset if I lose it. Makes perfect sense. It's a little different with life, because a car, I can love my car. I can't claim that I can't live without it. It's not my life. However, with death, it's not just that I love life. I can't live without it. Can't live without life, right? So it's much more intense. My attachment to life is much more intense than my car. I don't know about other people, but for me, that's the way it is. So why do we get upset when someone dies? Because we believe in life. Why do we get upset when someone is in pain or incapacitated? Because that puts a restriction on life. We object to that too. Not only shouldn't life end, it should also not be restricted. So anything that makes life less available, less livable, we object. Life should be everything it can be, because we are so enamored with life. We believe in life. We choose life. We worship life. So, when a person says, I'm very upset because so many people died, are you alive? Are your family members and best friends and so on alive? Are children being born every 10 minutes in this country, or whatever the statistic is? Yes, life is growing, life is continuing, life is happening. Do you have a few minutes to celebrate that? Because if you don't, then I don't understand why you're complaining about death. So every time there's a loss of life, our love for life should become increased. Grieving is fine, and important and necessary. It doesn't mean we're getting soured on life. On the contrary, if you grieve properly, your appreciation for life increases.
Rabbi Friedman, but people celebrated life before COVID by getting together, going out. Wasn't that a celebration of life that people are no longer able to do, or at least not to the same capacity?
It's also possible that going out to celebrate all of these activities that we thought was essential to life, nightclubs, entertainment, shopping, travel to distant exotic places, was that a celebration of life, or was that like a placebo? Keep us distracted and busy because we don't like our lives. Too much pressure, too much tension, too much anxiety. So just to get away from life, we want to escape into foolish activity where we don't have to think or feel. To some degree, entertainment is an escape. You know, there was a famous man who said, religion is the opiate of the masses.
Yeah, heard that one.
A nice Jewish boy. Jewish, maybe not so nice. But he said, religion is the opiate of the masses. Why do people believe? Why do they worship? Why do they become religious? Because life is too hard. So they numb themselves with religion to calm their anxieties. In some cases, that's obviously true, of course. But then again, if that's what you need and it works for you, then Baruch Hashem. Slava Boga. But the real truth is that all this entertainment is the opiate of the masses. Somebody said, you know why there is not as much anti-Semitism today as there was back in the olden days? Because there's sports. People can vent their passions, rooting for their team and getting excited about their victories. They get so busy with the sports, they forget to be anti-Semites. So sports and shopping and travel and entertainment, and it's all a narcotic. It's a drug that is supposed to calm our anxieties and our fears and our frustrations. So is it a celebration of life or is it an escape? If we were really going to celebrate life, how would we do that?
Still with a lot of fun, with a lot of good spirit.
So, in a sense, I want to celebrate life so I get a good bottle of wine. Am I celebrating life or wine? That's a good wine. That's an expensive. Whoa, what a wine. And what does this have to do with life? So if I'm going to celebrate life, shouldn't the theme be life? Not an amusement park ride? So this is really a very good question. How do we celebrate life not something else. The best way, of course, is getting together with family. This is your life. Gather your life around you and soak up the pleasure.
Still kind of hard to deal with without a good bottle of wine.
Right. After you finish the bottle, then invite your family to come over, because now you can enjoy them. But you see, it is. The bottle of wine is a narcotic. It's a numbing agent.
But still, gathering with family and with friends and with community, that is the celebration of life, isn't it?
It can be.
What else is a celebration of life?
Focus on life. Don't make it about something else. So if you get together with your family and friends, don't hire a comedian to entertain. Enjoy what you're living, not some artificial entertainment. That's a distraction. And why do you need it? Because there's going to be some awkward moments or silence. So the old-fashioned idea of Thanksgiving was you get together for a family meal. And the focus was not on the turkey. Now you have to eat something, so fine, so it's turkey. But the focus on turkey means I can't think about my life. It's too painful. It's too aggravating. But then you're not celebrating life. We're afraid of life, to tell you the truth. We're afraid of life. Primarily because we're not even sure what it is.
Well, right now, for sure, we're afraid of life.
Right.
Because of all this uncertainty.
More afraid of life than of death.
Possibly.
Actually, that's a very Hasidic, a very Chabad attitude. You shouldn't be afraid of death. You should be afraid of life. Not terrified. You should be in awe of life, not of death. Because death is... You don't have to be intelligent to die. But to live, for life you need some intelligence, or more than that, you need wisdom. So life is awesome, scary awesome. Death, like George Burns said, do I think about dying? Nah, it's been done before. Any shmendrik can die. It doesn't take any wisdom or talent. Life is awesome.
Rabbi Friedman, is there a difference between being grateful and being thankful?
Is there?
I don't know.
Grateful is the feeling, thankful is the expression.
That's all?
I hope so. Thankful means I am expressing my gratitude. And gratitude means I think I'm getting more than I deserve. Who should I thank? So there's an expression, thank your lucky stars. That's a little awkward. Because they never respond. I've been thanking them for a long time. They don't say anything. thank your lucky stars. It means I don't know what I'm talking about. Thank the universe. That's a little sterile. Thank my creator. That means something. So, modern psychology puts a lot of emphasis and a lot of stress on liking yourself, validating yourself, having a high self-image or positive self-image, and all the things you have to do in order to create that positive self-image. It's fake news. It's terrible advice. It is literally the opposite of mental health. The healthiest person is the person who doesn't need to think about themselves. How do you get there? You find the purpose of life, which is so much more important, and you're busy. Where do you have the free time to think about yourself? And what's the point of it? If you know what you ought to be doing, you have no time with self-image, high self-image, low self-image. What am I wasting my time? I love myself. I hate myself. This is not an interesting conversation. But if you don't have a purpose in life, well, what are you left with? Your image in the mirror. So you talk to your image in the mirror. I don't like you. I like you a little. I hate you. I love you. You become so wrapped up in yourself, it's unhealthy. Very unhealthy.
Rabbi Friedman, but is it important to be grateful to the Creator? Obviously is. But is it as important to be grateful to your loved ones or just people around?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as you're in the grateful mode, you spread it around. You're generous with your thankfulness. But it's got to come from somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. And the most sensible form of gratitude is when it starts with the Creator, starts with birth. You're grateful from the moment you're born. Then you make friends. And that's another thing. Grateful people have friends. It's amazing how that works. You're grateful for your friends, but that's why you have friends. People who are never grateful don't really have much friends. They're not pleasant to be with. So the real backbone, the stability, the strength behind emotional and mental well-being is gratitude. If you can't be grateful, you are not healthy. The whole system is out of balance. And according to holistic medicine, out of balance is the very definition of illness. So gratitude means there's something going on that is beyond me. I didn't deserve this, and it happened anyway. So already I'm thinking out of the box being me. So as soon as I become aware that there is something feeding me, there's something nurturing me, there's a source from which I am receiving my life and my success and my happiness, that takes me away from myself, and I am immediately healthier than I was a minute ago. Because the message that you have to take good care of yourself, fake news. It's bad. Myself is fine. Can we talk about something more important? That's a healthy attitude. I am what I am. Now where am I going? Yeah, but what are you? Are you this? Are you that? Are you big? Are you small? Are you great? It doesn't matter. Whatever I am, I got to go do something. So tell me what I got to do. So you say to a person, do you have a good self-image? Yes. Okay, so what are you going to do with your life? Well, try to do some good, help some people, make the world a little better. Okay. Talk to another person. How's your self-image? Oh, very bad. Very bad. I'm down in the dumps. So what should you do? Well, I should go help other people and make the... So what's... It's the same conclusion. So what's the difference? So I'm going to spend years thinking whether I have a high self-image or a low self-image. Makes no difference. Either way, got to do what you got to do. So the focus should be on, what is it that we got to do? And a low self-image doesn't stop me from doing it, and a high self-image doesn't stop me from doing it.
Rabbi Friedman, everybody knows that, they have to make the world a better place. This is what everybody says, but not everybody knows how.
That's frustrating. And if you give up on that, say, I don't know how to make the world better, so let's change the subject to me. That's where you start to get depressed.
What if you just change the subject to movies or investments?
Right, the escape.
Yeah.
Eventually, you've got to come down to something fundamental. Shopping, buying, selling, it's not fundamental. It doesn't serve as a basis for life. It's just an activity. The basis for life is either your creator or yourself. And yourself is a very flimsy basis. This is not religious talk. This is just health talk. If you're basing your entire existence on yourself, it's like a fiddler on the roof. You are as insecure as a fiddler on the roof.
But doesn't everyone do it?
Yeah. Isn't everyone on anti-anxiety pills? That's what you can expect. If you base your life on the capital I, you're going to need some medication. Of course, there are exceptions, but that's only because they lucked out and God is giving them a free ride.
Rabbi Friedman, what do you think is the best example in the Torah about gratitude?
How is it you keep coming up with such good questions?
I do. Thank you.
You're a very good interviewer. Wow.
Thank you. Coming from you, that means the world, but thank you.
Who in the Torah is a good example of gratitude? Well, we just recently read where Yaakov makes an oath that if I get home safely and I survive this journey, I will give 10% to God and I will serve him and I will be his. Gratitude. In modern thinking, Yaakov would say, I believe in myself, I will survive this, I will handle this, and I will come home well because I'm great. There's no gratitude. Yaakov says, if I survive and I come home and I'm successful, I know who to thank.
Well,
all of Torah, almost every mitzvah is an expression of gratitude. What can I do for my Creator because I owe Him everything?
hopefully we'll come out of this limbo state that we are right now and start practicing everything big time, even though probably possible now as well.
It's already happening, yes. It is happening, and that is the healthiest symptom of an improved world. If the world is getting better, and I'm sure it is, it means that people are becoming more grateful. That's the quickest way to identify moral improvement. If a person claims that he has become a better person, morally improved, the first place to look is to see whether there's been an increase in gratitude.
So we can call Thanksgiving the healthiest holiday of them all, basically.
In fact, what's greater, what is better, what is more important in life? Kindness or gratitude?
That's a hard question.
I think it's gratitude simply because people find it much easier to be kind than to be grateful. Kindness is a pretty common thing. Gratitude, not so common.
Well,
so gratitude is probably higher and greater and more difficult to get to.
Hopefully we'll all get there very, very soon, because it feels good to be grateful for sure. And I think everybody loves this holiday basically for that particular reason, that it's just nice to be grateful. Feels good. Rabbi Friedman.
And we need a special day on the calendar to enable us. The rest of the year, I don't know.
Yeah, just one day a year, just one.
Today, Thanksgiving, so today I can express all the gratitude I've been storing up a whole year.
Well, hopefully this year people will take it and go with it past just this
daily.
Thursday.
It should be a daily experience.
Rabbi Friedman, thank you so much. Unfortunately, the time is up, as always, very quickly. And in about a minute, I'm going to start looking forward to the next Tuesday at 12.
And in 2 minutes, it will be next Tuesday.
It's true. Thank you so much. I definitely want to take this opportunity and express my gratitude to Hashem, to God, for giving you to us, for giving us this opportunity every Tuesday to hear this wonderful wisdom, this wonderful positivity, and such an influx of light into our lives. And thank you so much. And happy belated, Rabbi Friedman. You just had your birthday as well. So grateful for having you with us once a week. And it's such a treat, such a pleasure, and of course having the accessibility to all your wonderful products the rest of the week, such as YouTube, and it's good to know website, and it's good to know that org website, and please continue doing what you're doing until 120 at least, but hopefully even further. We're looking forward to Mashiach. So thank you so much, and until next.
You are so welcome.
Thank you.
Have a great week.
You too. Happy Thanksgiving. Lots of gratefulness. Thank you.